Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to talk about episode 2 of Gypsy Rose Life After Lockup. And Ken, he does another thing in this episode that just really irked me. But we'll get to that. So it starts off, they're still at Ryan's apartment, you know, his and Gypsy's old apartment, and they're just going through some of the stuff she left behind, the pillows and a lot of the, if I'm going to be honest, tacky stuff, with their names on it. It's not my thing. If it's your thing, more power to you. Just not my thing. Anyway, they're going through all the stuff, and he pulls out this painting that a fan did of Gypsy of right before she got out, and he makes a comment how that's his wife. The person she is now isn't his wife, but that person is.
The girl who did it was a fan, and she did it right before she got out. We were married at that time. We were together at that painting. So that's my wife.
You are technically correct. The best kind of correct.
And personally, I feel like this is really significant in how Ryan sees her. Like, that's the person he wanted to marry. The person who was behind bars, the person he knew where she was, he knew what she was doing. She wasn't messing around, which, I mean, to be fair, he was worried for a reason. She left him for Ken.
100%.
But still, that's the feeling I got from Ryan, is that that's who he loved. He liked the person who was there in the fantasy he made more than anything. So they do bring up the public shaming incident.
What are you liking this time around? She's lying. She didn't even try it because she's afraid.
So as I suspected, he said he didn't realize and didn't intend to hurt her feelings. He thought he was being funny and that it was lighthearted.
To me, that was just like a humorous, like lighthearted sarcasm, but that really offended her.
Duh. But in the moment, to me, you can very clearly tell that she is upset, and I don't understand why he didn't right then be like, hey, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do this. I mean, even the frickin' waiter said, like, that's not cool to do, man.
Not cool. Not cool!
And to be fair, it could have been edited out if he did say, like, hey, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to hurt your feelings in the moment or directly after they left the restaurant. We just don't know that part.
I guess we'll never know.
But he did make a comment here that considering Gypsy's history may have been not the greatest word to use.
My problem is I internalize. Her problem is she retaliates.
What?
Very poor choice of words.
Probably not the best word to choose.
You think?
No shit.
I guess we'll just leave that at that, and I think Ken needs to think a little bit more about what he says. So Gypsy and Christy actually go back to Lake Charles for a dentist appointment so she can finish getting the caps on her teeth.
They're giving me a new upper denture, and they're giving me the final molars, like the final caps on the molars.
So when she smiles, no one can know what happened or that she had a bunch of teeth pulled, or all of them, I think, actually. But I think this is great. This is really good for her. I know just looking in the mirror and seeing her teeth fixed is just gonna make her feel so much better.
Oh my God! I'm gorgeous!
So while in Lake Charles, memories of Ryan start coming up, and Gypsy starts talking to Christy about how she made the decision to block him because she hadn't heard from him in over a month, and she was hoping that he was finally starting to move on.
Oh no, not at all.
But he texted her basically saying that he missed her.
What did he say?
You know, I miss whenever you used to say, like, go Tigers for the LSU games. I miss when you used to say who dat for the Saints games. Like,
Okay.
So she felt it was just time to finally sever the connection and just fully block him.
Blocked and reported.
She also talks about their last phone call together, and I don't know exactly when this happened, but he had actually said for her to leave Ken and he'll raise the baby.
Come on now, dog. Come on, man.
I know that it's Ken's baby, but I will raise the baby. I'm like, And what happens to Ken? He just disappears in thin air?
And like that, he's gone.
He's saying that it's about one day he might grow hate because it's a constant reminder of Ken.
Yep. While I definitely agree with her stepmom, I don't think it would cause him to just hate the baby, but hate her too, because he already had jealousy issues and trust issues. Again, rightly so. But if they got back together, it would just be increased by tenfold. He would constantly want to see her phone, know who she's texting. The trust is gone.
I completely agree.
He may not realize it yet, but the trust it would be 100% gone, and I don't think he would ever be able to get it back. He was already too insecure beforehand. Now, I do wonder what caused him to say that specifically. I wonder if maybe she was entertaining the idea, or if she was maybe complaining about Ken, and that caused him to say that. He felt like he had an in. I don't know. I find that part interesting. He could have just said it out of the blue. I would believe that. But I'd also believe if maybe she kind of accidentally led him on.
Sure, Jan.
Or not so accidentally.
Well, now that's a bit more like it.
So when Gypsy and her stepmom visits her sister, she decides to ask her for some advice about Ken.
My sister has been dubbed the wisest one in the family.
I believe we've established that.
She has given me life advice in the past and I have ignored it. Now I feel more inclined to ask her advice and really kind of let that soak in.
I dare you to do better.
So basically, Gypsy is saying that she is actually really happy right now. She feels very content with Ken. And her sister actually says she sees that she's happy and she seems happier with him. But Gypsy has noticed that when they're cuddling or, being intimate, he's saying a lot of big gestures of love.
Nothing matters more to me than our family. He's like, you're the only woman that I've ever truly given my heart to. And
Don't you say that. Don't you ever say that. Stay here. Stay as long as you can. For the love of God, cherish it.
And she's just not too sure if this is just pillow talk or if he's kind of gearing up to propose.
oh boy.
So obviously her sister is advising against it, mostly just saying, what would change if you guys got married. There's no reason to rush into it. And in Gypsy's defense, she doesn't seem excited to rush into it either.
That's when we move into unknown territory, that I'm free. I'm not married to Ryan anymore. I'm not held down by that. Anything could happen.
I'm free! I've been free!
She's actually talking about how she has regrets about how she handled leaving Ryan and getting with Ken.
So I just wanted to address my fellow Americans tonight and remind you guys that I was really bad.
That it was so quickly, and she felt that she was actually being pretty selfish during that time, which she was.
Yep.
And that shows a lot of growth, in my opinion.
I'm hoping it'll just grow and grow.
But yeah, Gypsy's sister has the right idea. Just wait, nothing is going to change. It's a piece of paper. Wait to get married till you guys are more settled and she's been on her own a little bit and, just get to know each other more. That's all.
Just calm down. Chill.
Okay, so the last couple things I want to talk about is while they're moving to the new house, Gypsy is packing up a lot of Ken's things and she finds a hairbrush that she says is an old girlfriend's hairbrush.
Well, it's always good to find the brush of an ex-girlfriend.
You know what? I may not shoot you, but you have still royally pissed me off.
He said that it was his and that somebody else used it and that's why there was blonde hair in there.
Sure, Jan.
Which, I also call bullshit on. Though I do think Gypsy is overreacting. He was with that girl for 4 years. You're gonna find little things around.
That's normal.
Like, the dude's barely got any hair, okay? I don't think he's holding on to the hairbrush as some memento of their relationship. It was probably just there and he threw it in. He hasn't even thought about it. Especially because it was thrown in, like, the back of the under the bathroom sink cabinet.
I totally hear you. I also don't like what you're saying. So if you say no, I will start a fire in the bathroom.
And the thing that really irked me was during the move, Ken is obviously getting frustrated with the moving company. Seems like they're not there when they're supposed to be there and they're not calling him back. We've all been through that. And he just told her, why don't you just go and I'll deal with this.
I do want to go check out that baby boutique again so I can take a second look around.
Well, what do you want to get? It's not a crib, is it?
The question is, who cares?
And just this interaction irked me. I don't know if it's because he's frustrated, he's not thinking clearly. He actually tells her, oh, you don't need this chair because you can breastfeed her on the couch or even on the floor.
Where am I gonna breastfeed her? We have a pretty good couch. Do you need a special breastfeeding chair? No. You don't need it. You can do it on that chair. You can do it on the floor. All you need is 2 arms to hold her up to your boob. That's it.
I just don't even fully know how to respond to this. I do try to play devil's advocate a lot. He could just be stressed about the move and about money, which is understandable.
Goose fraba. Goose fraba.
You know, he just pissed me off. I'm having a hard time figuring out how to articulate how this interaction made me feel.
I went from happy to angry. Skip said, now I feel like kicking his ass.
Because it just felt gross. It felt icky. It felt like he's mansplaining motherhood. But it's just, I just really hope it's just the stress of the move. That's all I'm hoping. And that the next episode, he's going to be like, we bought a crib. We did this. I'm not a mother. I don't have kids, but the one thing that I do know is that with a newborn, you can't over prepare. And in the end, if you buy extra shit, you can sell it. Just keep it in good condition. You can always do that. Or better yet, donate it to people who really need it.
I like it. It's genius.
They kind of brush past this and then they do end up in the house and they seem okay. But if I was Gypsy, I wouldn't brush past that. I would not. That irked me. That really did. Those are fighting words. Those would be fighting words if it was me. But we'll see what happens next episode. Anyway, guys, I'm up way past my bedtime. So thank you for watching. That's all I have to say about this episode. And I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye.
In case I don't see ya. Good afternoon, good evening, and good night.
Yeah.